Welcome to HASSDISCUSSES, returning for the third time on the show. Nemesis, who just released Clarity. Speak on Clarity. How long has this project been on the work? What can we expect from this project? And speak on Clarity.
How you doing, man? Clarity is pretty much the first project of like me being free and able to work on music and have nothing else to distract me. So it's kind of like a taste of what's to come.
Free from what?
Experimenting, just having like a bunch of different sounds in one album, cloud rap and then boom bap. It was kind of missing some G-funk. That's what's gonna be on the next one. Some G-funk, some more funk. I'm gonna try to mix some 80s track in there, some rock.
80s track? What do you mean by 80s track? Like the synth sound like that?
Yeah, man. Me and Akatami, we have this song, bro, that I don't know. She really had like this Madonna type vocals on there, and it's just like it's really cool, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, cause she does like she reminds me of like she gives me a grunge feel with her music. I don't know if you get what I mean. Do you get what I mean? With some of her music, I'm not saying Madonna was grunge, but I'm saying
her vocals are very experimental.
Yeah, I really mess with her. Some Henny. No, I'm saying just some mineral water, some Henny. No, I'm just
drinking that shit like a gangster. Like, what's up?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, bro. Like, I'm like Jack Sparrow with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, Jack Sparrow, bro. Oh my God, bro. I love those movies. Are you a fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean films?
I watched the first two and I liked them, and then I believe the third one I went with my family to the theaters and we were so disappointed. I did not fuck with it. I don't know. It's like we couldn't get into it.
Yeah, it's a bit long, the third one, but I enjoyed the third one.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit long.
That's why. I think that's why it was a long ass movie.
I think the directors were like, "Oh man, Lord of the Rings is long," and they liked it. You know what I mean? Unpopular opinion about the Lord of the Rings franchise is The Hobbit's pretty good. I don't know. I think did we discuss this or not? But I think are you a fan of the Hobbit films?
I think where we discussed it was the fact that they shot that movie in 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Everybody hated it, and I couldn't even get into it because of that. Like, the whole movie looks very fast forwarded and weird. I was a big fan of the first Lord of the Rings, the first trilogy. I never watched the Hobbit movie. I tried, and it looked too weird to me.
Yeah, I think what it does make me want to do, I do want to check out the video game they released that around the time of that, Shadow Mordor. I heard that was pretty good, but there's like a lot of movies nowadays that I think would be better as video games. Do you get what I mean? Like, a lot of people say the Aquaman would have been way better as a video game, like the plot of that film. Do you get what I mean?
Oh yeah, bro. As far as like superhero movies, the last one I watched was Thor, like the first or second one.
So you're not a fan of that, I assume.
I kind of like, I don't know what it is, man. I just kind of lost interest throughout the years. You know, I used to be a big war guy. I used to be a big superhero guy. I used to be a big Lord of the Rings guy. And then as time went by, I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't been too into it like that.
Yeah. Well, it seems like what you have been into is, what was that? What were you watching on your stories? Was that It's Always Sunny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene was hilarious, man. They're just beating up some kids, and I'm just like, dude, this shit looks so real. Like, how the fuck do they do that shit?
Isn't that set in Philly? Oh wait, it's in the title. I'm retarded. But
yeah, it's supposed to be. I hope it's set in Philly.
Yeah, man. Like, what do you say?
It would like ruin the magic if it's not set in Philly. Like, so what's that? Is that a set?
Yeah, I mean, probably is, but. Yeah, I want to get into that show. A lot of people, I'd always like this kid. I would ask him, I'd be like, "What shows you been watching recently?" And every time I ask him, he'd say, "It's Always Sunny." I'm like, "Do you watch anything else?"
You
like,
watched it?
Nah, bro. I'm gonna get into it though. I want to get into it.
Did you ever watch Seinfeld?
It's shrinkage, Jerry. It's shrinkage.
Bro, if you're a fan of Seinfeld, Always Sunny is kind of like it's kind of like Seinfeld, but more gangsta, like more underground. You feel me? There's drugs and all that type of shit. You feel me? Like there's actual crack smoke in the fucking show. Like they're not gonna have that on Seinfeld. You feel me? So it's kind of like a rated R version of the Seinfeld. You know,
But
the
we
first
gotta.
season's alright. The first season you're not gonna feel it because they don't have Danny DeVito yet. The second season when Danny DeVito joins the show, that's when you start fucking with the show for real.
But back, like, even though Seinfeld's a bit, it's a bit TV, let's say, it's pretty dark for some TV stuff. Like the one where where the guy's walking around in the hospital, and Kramer and the guy's like in the straitjacket, and he goes up to Kramer. He's like, "Where's the elevator?" And then Kramer's like, "It's right down the hall." And then the guy jumps off the roof because he escaped the psych ward, and then he jumps on George's car. And then George has to go to the hospital to get money from he's like asking, "He jumped on my car. You got to give me money, blah, blah, blah." And then they try and make him feel bad. Like, that's pretty dark, but I do.
Yeah.
I fucking love Seinfeld, though. Like, that's like.
Dude, Seinfeld is the greatest sitcom ever. I don't care what no one says.
Yeah, I don't know what these clowns are watching nowadays. These offices, these Friends. I'm not particularly interested in either of those shows. I have watched them though. Out of all the normie shows nowadays, Rick and Morty slaps. Out of all the more popular shows, are you a fan of Rick and Morty?
Yeah, Rick and Morty is genius, man.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty is like a whole new level. Like the way they write these episodes have so much layers to it. You can tell they do psychedelic drugs.
Yeah. And the writer Dan Harmon, the way he speaks, like if anybody is interested in writing, I know you are, but if anybody in the audience, Dan Harmon does a lot of talk online, let's just say, like whether it be on a podcast, a YouTube, where he talks about, he's a big proponent of the way people structure stories. Like he's really good at structuring stories. And he's also a really good podcast guest. He went on are you familiar with the Midnight Gospel?
Yeah, I watched a few episodes of that.
So that's based on a podcast by Duncan Trussell, and that's one of my favorite podcasts ever. And Dan Harmon went on there like right around the pandemic or some shit, and he was like, he was a really good podcast guest. I really advise anyone to check that out. But what'd you think of the Midnight Gospel though? What'd you think of that?
Midnight Gospel, like what they're talking about is great, and the animation is great. However, you put them two together at the same time, it's kind of too much going on for me to pay attention. You know, it's like I feel like I'm multitasking almost. Like if it was like the animation was by itself and the podcast was by itself, I would enjoy them more. But them together is kind of too much info overload. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it is a hard, like, if you don't already like podcasts or you don't already like, you have to have some coffee to enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, it's really just the pacing is kind of too fast, which is kind of where I'm trying to go with this animated podcast I'm trying to do. I'm doing one with Scott. I wanted to do one with you. I got one with my boy Kaz. And I basically want to animate a podcast, but it's not going to have so much shit going on. You know, it's not going to be a war and, you know, killing zombies and a bunch of shit going on right behind us as we're talking. It's going to be, you know, more chill, like Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Nah, but I do. I mean, I've seen what you have already animated, and like your animation skills are like, they're good. Like they're the right amount of simple, but the right amount of sophisticated. It's like there's the right, you know, there's the scenes driving that are pretty good, but then there's that, you know, there's a bunch of shit in the background subliminally that if you know, you know, like the fuck Ghost Lame, the whoever, you know, the Ruben, what, you know, like just the funny ass shit in the background. You know what I mean? Like you see,
yeah. Hey, bro, I'm glad you caught it.
Yeah, was there a fuck Ruben Slick on that? Or
no, it wasn't Ruben Slick. It was it was Rojas on the beat. It was Nell. It was Suicide and Ghost.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
people that have real problems with me and Ruben. We're cool.
Yeah. Another buddy of mine, or not buddy of mine, but yeah, he's a buddy. But he fuck. A lot of people fuck with Ruben. Like I just kind of noticed it. Like I had the CD. Yes, I listened to it. But like up until recently, I kind of realized like a lot of people that I know personally know about him, and it's like, oh, okay, word.
Bro, Ruben Slick, he's a legend. Like
Yeah,
first and foremost, let's get that out the way. Without Ruben Slick, there wouldn't be a lot of shit that you see now. You feel me? A lot of like colored dreads and a whole bunch of different ways of doing shit. He was like Lil B if Lil B could rap like Outkast and Bone Thugs and 90s R&B, and you feel me? Ruben Slick could take it in all different ways, left and right. I wouldn't rap the way I rap without Ruben Slick. You feel me? Metro Zoo is like legend, and that's like extremely underrated person right there. If it wasn't for drugs and legal problems and shit like that, Ruben Slick would probably be like a huge star right now.
yeah. I gotta ask you a question though about another person who I think's a legend that I think deserves some recognition, and who I am in talks and doing an interview with is Trip Jones. What do you think of Trip Jones?
I fucks with him. I actually was just talking about him on the last Infinity podcast. He, I mean, I haven't really dug too deep into his catalog, but I've heard it was dope as fuck.
Yeah, and he had a
Really
project.
fuck with
That, I'm gonna be honest. How I found him was the Space Ghost Perp collaboration, and I think that was a pretty good project. But I did think that the stuff he's done with Freddie Dredd has been outstanding. Like the work he's done with Freddie has been really good, and he also that Nadarb, the probably his biggest song is the Nadarb produced Agua. You know what I'm talking about?
Probably.
Yeah, Nadar, bro. That's another.
Is that the one that was on the? Is that the one that was on the show? Yeah, like this. Not a show, a movie that we talked about. It was a David Spade movie, Fatherhood or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
There's a scene in there that Trip Jones song plays, like a video of his. It's actually was a video that's on the Trill Funk. So that was like a huge win for the underground right there. It was Trip Jones, a video on Trill Funk that was in a movie on Netflix, the David
Which
Spade
oh
movie.
man, which movie is it?
It
Fatherhood?
was Father something.
Father
It's
of
like a
the
recent
Year?
one. Yeah, Father of the Year. Yeah, there's a scene in there where it's a Trip Jones song, and I believe they're in a hotel or in a motel or some shit like that.
Hey, is this the new
Dude.
Harry Potter movie? I don't think I've
Yeah,
seen this
bro.
one
I
yet.
mean, this
Well, it's
that's
Trippy Jones'
I'm
daddy's a
checking
rapper.
that. I'm watching that after this.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like
I think
I'm
Trey.
definitely about it. I'm definitely about to be watching because
Bro, don't sleep, don't sleep.
don't sleep. But and don't sleep. People gotta stop sleeping on fucking David Spade's late night television show is better than a majority of all late night. He had one season. I think it was like from 2019 to 2020. There's a really good late night television show, like with the audience and that, and it's called Lights Out with David Spade. Are you familiar with this show?
I seen clips on YouTube,
Yeah,
but I haven't like watched an episode.
yeah. I hate I don't hate, but like it's hard for me to watch some like late night shows and stuff like that. And when like I see like an artist that I like, it's like I see 24K Golden or one of these people blow up that I've been listening to since they had like 10K followers, and I've actually talked with 24K Golden. Like I DM'd him on like Twitter or some shit. I used to have a Twitter. I deleted that shit, but like yeah, I just be getting in arguments. I'd argue, but I delete my Twitter because I'd argue with someone about Drake or some shit. Anyways. But it's like they hold going on like late night television as some badge of honor. And it's like, come on, bro, just make some more music. Like the problem with
Yeah,
these studio artists is for some reason it's like they get signed and they're afraid to drop music, or they aren't allowed to drop music. Like that's why I really fuck with like the underground, is because there's such a mix of consistency and quality. Like, you know what I mean? And I see that in your music a lot of the time.
hey, appreciate that, bro. That is definitely a label that's like holding them back. Like you're not allowed to release it, and you have to have a schedule. There's like a machine on you. You feel me? So it's like you You can't just start releasing shit. The machine's gonna look at you like, how? We didn't make a banner for you. We didn't promote nothing. We didn't drop money on this. Why are you dropping stuff? So then, that's why you can't sign to a major label.
Yeah, like that's why I would definitely advise like if you do sign, if anybody signs or maybe you get a label that like distributes through one of those sub things like the Orchard, like G59 uses Orchard, or like Snotty Nose Records uses Orchard, or like Create Music Group. Get like some, or AWOL, you know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I think, but people gotta acknowledge though, and I might have talked about this with someone on an interview, but like getting a DistroKid account and like having it so a name pops up doesn't mean you're signed. You know what I mean? Like you don't go around with your bio saying Classic Noble Records. You know what I mean? I'm signed to like that's just like, you know, you had to come up with a name because you got DistroKid. You know?
Exactly.
It's like when I drop like an instrumental project, I don't go around saying, "Hey, I'm signed to MCC." Like, no, the only reason I have MCC up there is because it stands for my collective, like MMS Snake Creative Collective, like, and I try and get the other people to put that out there too on their like. It's just like one time I saw someone put in their bio, "I'm signed to United Masters."
I've seen that before. I've seen that one.
That shit gets me. That shit gets me, bro. Oh man, that shit. Yeah, bro. But what's you're working on a video game too. Do you want to speak on that? Is there more updates on that?
That one, it's definitely on hold until I get some of these projects out the way. I can't really reveal much. All I can reveal is that it's in the same realm of like a GTA and stuff like that, but it's gonna have its own different feel to it, different modes that you don't see in other games.
Yeah. I actually want to go back to the podcast that you're starting. How, like, when's that going to be coming out, or like what's like the schedule of release going to be? Is it going to be like, are you going to like schedule it for like a certain, like, what's the process of working on that podcast, and what do you plan on getting into when it comes to that topic wise?
Right now we're just building up content, recording as much as we can, and we're gonna break it down into like 20-minute, 25-minute episodes. It's gonna be like a show. It's not gonna be necessarily a podcast. Like, hey, so how's music? How's your new album coming out? It's gonna be more like people. It's kind of like Midnight Gospel. You pop in, you're in the middle of the conversation already. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's gonna be themes to the convos, and then what we're gonna do also is break it down into small clips, like Vlad TV. Like, we'll have the small parts, but then we'll also have the full episode. You know, so that's pretty much what it's gonna be. And I'm gonna try to make sure that it's not just two cartoon characters sitting there. There's gonna be stuff going on. It's just not gonna be to the level of Midnight Gospel, or just like I said, like a zombie apocalypse behind you, and it's like, you know, you can't even pay attention to the convo because you're just like looking at all this shit that's going on.
Yeah, who besides me is gonna be on this show?
I want to do what I'm trying to do is like, because there used to be like a joke, because my name is Nem, right? And you know when people say stuff like, "Oh, Mike and them were over there chilling," and you know, but they're not saying Mike and Nem, Mike and them, like from like people.
Yeah.
So we used to make like a joke that like my EPs are gonna be like you feel me, like Sko and them, KB and them, Wolf and them, and you feel me, and then like, so I'm trying to do like a podcast that's like with Scott Fens and be Fending them, with you it would be Mike and them, my boy Kaz would be Kaz and them, and you feel me, it'll just be different YouTubes where we could just talk to each other and I animate the podcast and put them up, you know, so it's gonna be more than one show.
Yeah.
And each one's gonna have its own different style. Like when I talk to you, it's kind of different than when I talk to Scott. And when I talk to Kaz, it's gonna be totally different. Like he's a funny ass dude. He's the funniest person I've ever met. So it's like if me and him get in the bag, it's gonna be very funny. Like a lot of gold content is coming.
I think if you're doing a fire emoji, it's gonna be golden, because that's one of my like He's one of my prized episodes. You know what I mean? Like fucking the episode I did
Yeah,
with
man.
Fire
Fire
Emoji.
emoji's cool as fuck, bro. I can't wait till I get back to Vegas. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm almost
like
buying a ticket already.
yeah, I totally like. I don't know. Like he's the stories, the shit that he went into on my, on my podcast is like legendary. Just like we went into like out of body experience after out of body experience after out of body experience, after the other. And yeah, man, I think he would probably be the best guest on an animated podcast because the shit that he would talk about would be so,
Yeah, man. When we were together, we were talking about some crazy subjects. You
yeah.
feel me? It was pretty interesting. I remember Wolf was like looking bugged out, like, what are these people talking about?
Yeah, like what
Me and
you and
Fire
him
Emoji
probably
were
talked
tripping him
about,
up.
what you and him probably talked about, what he probably talked about with me, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't there. But he's in the studio. He's got like the way he got that. It's a good story within its own. You know what I mean? Like the way he got
Yeah,
that
I
studio.
wasn't able to check out the. I remember I saw the beginning of it, and then I got distracted, and I've been so tied up. I've been missing out on a bunch of people's podcasts. I need to go back and like catch up.
Yeah.
I just been so
Is
busy.
your episode with Infinity already out, or did it just get recorded or something?
Nah, it's not out yet. We recorded about 2 hours, 3 hours or so. We're gonna try to record another 4 or 5 hours, and then I'm gonna start breaking them down. Try to find the best parts, make them into the episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on his show the 25th. That's when that will be
Oh yeah, that's
recorded.
what's up, bro. I told him. I was like, bro, you and Mike, you guys should do work together. You feel me? You guys, it's like he needs what you can do, and you need what he can do. You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys would kind of fit like a puzzle if you guys were to do podcasts together. Like at least do a separate show with you guys together, interviewing another guest or something, or talking to each other.
Like a
You feel me? You
co-host
guys
type
could,
of stuff.
yeah, co-host or talking to each other. You know, like you guys could have your own, well, like Rory and Maul podcast, and then they'll have like a artist as a guest every now and then.
Yeah, I
That's how
have
they do
done a
it.
co-host before, but it was only on occasion because my friend Evan one time got me an interview with some like tech review YouTuber who had like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he's from Spain, and his name is like Nikias Molina. And since my friend Evan got the interview, and honestly he was more interested in the person I was interviewing, it was more interested than me, so I just kind of got my friend on, and he was like real enthusiastic. And one time I interviewed this Delaware rapper Paul Butler, who my friend really enjoyed. One of my other friends, Drew, and he co-hosted on that. But like, I like to do it like a co-host like once every 20 episodes. You know what I mean? Like that would be.
Yeah.
I mean, I might even get you as a co-host or some shit. But yeah, you also dropped a project with Cold Blooded though. How long has that project been on the works though?
That one, there's a few tracks on there that were like supposed to be on earlier projects. Like a couple of them, like one of them was supposed to be like a 2017 project, and one of them was a 2019 project. There's like 2 or 3 songs on there. Yeah, and then the other 3 songs were kind of new. So yeah, and then yeah, 3 songs are old, 3 songs are new. And that one, man, it's been 5 years in the works pretty much, because me and him, we've always been working, but we never actually sat down and made an EP, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Me and him, we definitely need to make more.
yeah. I really enjoyed this project.
How do you feel it?
I liked it, but I like Clarity more, just because like smoking away the pain, like that shit.
Hey, you fuck with that? That's what's up.
Yeah,
It was crazy. That's the mic. I recorded that song on this mic I'm using right here, which is a $20 mic.
yeah.
So it's like I can't believe it. Like my mixing, either this mic is great or my mixing is fucking really good, because that track is one of my smoothest songs, and like nobody complained, everybody's liking it. So
Yeah,
I'm really
like
proud.
your cloud rap shit, like you're probably the reason I mean, you know, I'm gonna sound like a young bull with this shit, but you're probably the reason I got into Lil B and Lil Lean.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't really like know about them that much until like you kind of told me about them. Like I knew about them, but I was like, yeah, I just hear they're innovative, okay? And then I went in and got into them, and bro, I'm listening to like Damn Good Shawty every fucking day. Like I'm like, if she trying to flirt, I'ma make that bitch squirt. You know, it's
Eh,
like
and like if it wasn't for Lil B, bro, I wouldn't have heard of Clams Casino. He's to me like he's the god. You feel me?
I mean, what do you, I
As far as
mean,
cloud rap,
like fucking the I'm God instrumental.
that's the start of it, bro. That was what like that's what set the tone for cloud rap.
That's like better than some albums. Like that entire instrumental. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I'm just like, dog, how is this? What is this? When I first heard this, I was like, this is insane. This is what I kind of want to make for the rest of my life. Like,
yeah.
this is what I was meant to do right here. It's just get some cool women vocals and just put echoes and like crazy effects on them, have some crazy effects on the drums, make it really epic and big. You feel me? To me, it's like this is like the epic music. I call it epic hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah, and like what that's made me do is like I've been trying to do this shit. I don't know if it's been done before. If it's been done before, then whatever. As I've been making electronic horrorcore. Like that's what I want to be known for. But I know that that's rooted in Drain Gang and like old
Yeah,
cloud rap shit.
electronic horrorcore. If you listen to stuff like there's some dark drum and bass music. There's some dark industrial. Like that's like electronic music that's dark. You know, there's a goth trance, like the crazy trance, different style. Like my homegirl, do you know Jasmine?
No.
She's one of like our biggest supporters. She's really cool. She's really into like different dark type electronic music. She'll definitely put you on some crazy shit.
Yeah, like my
Bro,
last.
talking about a cloud rap. Like we were talking about Ruben Slick. That's another guy that you feel me. You can't sleep if you're talking about cloud rap. Like Metro Zoo in general. Do you know who Metro Zoo are?
No.
It's Metro and then ZU. That like you see them a lot in the early Raider Clan. Like there's Denzel Curry and Metro Zoo, like a bunch of songs. And then that's kind of how I got into them because not really my brother has a girl that made the song with them, but at the same time I found out about them is when I found out about Raider Clan. I'm like, I found out they were friends. It was crazy. So then if you look at the early Raider Clan videos, it's called Zoo Mansion Freestyles. You're gonna see Denzel Curry, Space Ghost Perp, and then you'll see Ruben Slick and all that shit. And Ruben Slick was one of the only people in that whole network that was doing like this trippy psychedelic, like Metro Zoo. All their beats were digital. Like if you think of like if you look at early Metro Zoo videos, they're also the first ones that have data machine.
Yeah.
Like you remember that Lamborghini High
Yeah.
video? Is that mob with that crazy data mashing effect? I also used it on the Mr. Cisco video that dropped recently. I used it on the Ruben Slick video for Straight Decks. They were the first people I've seen use that shit. It's very like digital cyber stuff.
But you know what
That
angers me though is like, we're talking about all of this stuff, but people still think that Travis Scott and ASAP Rocky were like innovative people. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but bro, I'll never hate on ASAP Rocky because even though Lil B brought out Clams Casino, ASAP Rocky was the one that took Clams Casino to its fullest potential. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He's the one that made the good like Lil B. He did based freestyles on Clams Casino beats. He didn't sit down and write to make a song. You feel me? ASAP Rocky sat down and made a song with Clams Casino beats. And then came Mac Miller. That's another huge influence on this album. That's why it's called Clarity. Mac Miller sampled on the hook. Even at the end, you hear him say "Clarity." That's the beginning of the song "Clarity" by Mac Miller. This whole thing is got a huge influence from him. So ASAP and Mac Miller were the only two that were actually making like real songs to Clams Casino beats.
Yeah, I'm more so talking about ASAP in relation to Raider Clan.
Oh, Raider Clan. I mean, that's the thing though. Like people say, "Oh, ASAP bit Raider Clan," but I didn't like ASAP for the funk type stuff. I liked ASAP for the cloud rap.
Yeah, he's way better. Like Canal
like
Street's a
Raider
way
Clan.
better example of what he can do as compared
Like,
to Flacco.
Like to me, Raider Clan when he started doing cloud rap was when when he left Raider Clan and he did a EP with Eric Dingus. You ever hear that?
No.
Morty or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Do you know who Eric Dingus is?
I do not.
Bro. Bruh.
Bruh.
Eric fucking Dingus, bruh. This dude, he took like he didn't really say that he was inspired by Clams Casino, which I highly doubt, but he took that sound and elevated it to the furthest of the furthest degree. Like it was one of the illest producers ever. Is Eric Dingus. He look him up. He did a whole EP with Eat the Wolf and Bones, and then started working. He did a song with Puya. He did a song like look this dude up, Eric Dingus, one of the illest producers ever, and he influenced
Drake. Drake posted a mixtape.
He has a song with Eric Dingus. Drake.
That's what's up. I mean,
that was another win for the underground. When Eric Dingus got on the Drake album, it was like boom, oh shit. You feel me? Our scene got to the top.
Yeah. You know what I just found out a couple weeks ago?
With us. Huh?
I just found this out a couple weeks ago. Is that fucking Slim Gorilla did a song with Bones.
Bro, Slim Gorilla's is throwback, bro. He's around that era. You feel me? Slim Gorilla, he's Raider Clan.
Yeah, I just didn't know that he did a song with Bones. Like I knew that I wasn't surprised, but I was like more so like
he Bones was doing videos for a bunch of Raider Clan members, so it's like
yeah.
You feel me? He was tied in, and of course there's also Eat the Wolf and Eddie Baker, Chris Travis that were part of it. So it's like,
you know, Adam the Shinobi.
I definitely seen that name a lot.
He's gonna be
smoke a lot, so I forgot.
He's gonna be he's gonna be opening for Chris Travis, Adam the Shinobi. That's a
Adam the Shinobi.
Adam the Shinobi, bro. Like
so
for real.
Adam the Shinobi is opening up for Chris Travis.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be coming out. Yeah, bro. Like he's fucking like he's just got some good. He's like he's just really good at funk shit. But he makes funk shit, but he has those like skater boy vibes. That's like the younger underground fans really connect with him. You know what I mean? Like a lot of like younger people, like the same way people connect with Freddie Dredd, the same way people connect with Adam the Shinobi. Is like it's a real youthful normie appeal, like the way he dresses, and I fuck with him. What you say?
I said that's what's up.
Yeah, bro. Like
Freddie Dredd too, bro. I fuck with his music.
Yeah, bro. Like, and his sampling put me on. What'd you say?
He's blowing up off a track that's sampling Brazilian, that Cha song, the Cha Cha or whatever.
Yeah, Lisa Ono, is that her name?
I don't even know. I just know that I heard it and I'm like, this is a Brazilian track.
Yeah, Lisa Ono. Fuck. Shit. Bitch. Yeah, I'm Shaq West. Anyways. Lisa Ono's.
Motherfucker, it's a motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. His flows are like, come on, we gotta admit though, his flows are so repetitive. Come on, but like they're good. They're good. You know what I mean? I feel it in my guts.
He's Freddie motherfucking Dredd. That's what we used to call him. It's just like Samuel Jackson. Samuel motherfucking Jackson. It's Freddie motherfucking Dredd.
Bro, babe. On Samuel L. Are you familiar with the song Strawberry Letter 22?
What song?
Strawberry Letter 22, one of the songs from Jackie Brown, the Tarantino film. Samuel L. Jackson kills the skinny kid that he gets out of prison because he knows that he talked to the cops. He goes and drives to somewhere and then opens the trunk and then shoots him. Okay? Now, that song is Strawberry Letter 22 in Jackie Brown. That's my favorite Tarantino film, by the way. Anyways.
That's a great movie, bro.
That's I'm gonna play like the first couple of notes of it. And one of my buddies, one of my biggest supporters is 12 Gauge, and he sampled that in one of his songs. And I'm gonna show this shit to you, like, oh man, like when someone, and it's just perfect for funk sampling too, like, fucking yeah, that shit. The Brothers Johnson. Fuck out of here, these Liberty Mutual ads. I hate this shit. Do you get Liberty? What ads do you get that you hate?
Ads that I hate. I wouldn't even be able to answer that because I hit skip every 5 seconds. As soon as it starts, I hit skip.
This shit right here. This shit right here. I don't care if this is copyrighted. This is a banger. Yeah.
I'm hearing that shit clear as fuck, bro.
Dude, and I'm gonna show you what my boy 12 Gauge did with it. I'm doing a massive shout out to 12 Gauge, bro. That's my geyser.
Shout out 12 Gauge. Yeah, talking about Samuel Jackson, did you watch the new Spiral, The Book of Saw?
The new what?
Spiral, The Book of Saw.
Oh shit. Nah, but my boy, my Australian homie, Patrick Burrow, does a bunch of videos like Saw Explained. He does a bunch of videos about Saw and explaining like the lore of the franchise. And he's like, I interviewed him when he only had like a couple thousand subscribers. And like he blew up to like 30K off of these Saw videos he would do on YouTube. So, but now I have not checked out Spiral. I really liked the trailer though. I really did like the trailer. And apparently the soundtrack's really good.
It's like a person, whoever directed this movie is a wannabe Tarantino. And like, it's like as if Tarantino made a Saw movie. Like the way that the timing is, I even predicted it. I was like, "Well, they're gonna." As soon as they show the scene of a person that is about to get killed, it boom switches scenes, and I'm like, "See, they're gonna come back to this. He's gonna be dead, and it's gonna be a flashback of that, you know." And then they went and did it exactly as I predicted it because they're completely copying, and they even put Samuel Jackson in the movie. So it's like, you feel me? Watch it strictly for that. Like,
bro,
think of it like Tarantino made Saw. You feel me?
So,
but the problem with it is that Chris Rock is trying to be a serious actor. I can never take this guy serious, though. He's just I can never take Chris Rock serious.
The thing about what Tarantino says about people copying his stuff, and this is probably one of the best responses anyone can say when it comes to people stealing a style, is he said, I'm fine and I'm not mad when people take my style and put it in their movies. It just makes my movies look better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he said about his
like another thing is like if someone were to copy my style or some shit, I would just hope that it's like I'm influencing them, you know, and they're adding their own element to it and making it their own, you know, because that's what I do. I looked at all my favorite artists, you know, as far as music, film, whatever. Yeah. I look at all of them and I take from everybody. You know, I'll get a little bit from everybody to make my own style.
Yeah, but I hate, like, I'd hate to be inspired from someone but have a schizophrenic realization that I'm original. You know what I mean? Because that's what a lot of people often do. Like, I've had a kid who I used to, you know, work with when it came to music stuff, promoting shit. And he was like, oh man, nobody was doing melodic music until I started doing it. And he's like, didn't start making music until like 2016. You know what I mean? Like he's like schizophrenic, like literally, like, and
That's I don't know if that's schizophrenic. That's delusional, narcissistic,
yeah. And,
presumptuous, or pretentious.
yeah. Like that shit really pissed me off because people have been making melodic rap music since rap was made. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Bone Thugs. That was my first like melodic rap.
Yeah, Outkast. You know. That's what that one bull was like getting on you about. That
What
one fool.
happened?
That one guy in the comment section when I was like posting about your shit.
Ew, he's copying fucking Bone Thugs, bro.
Bruh. But like literally that bull's songs
Might
are
as
like
well sell their merch.
yeah, like you know, I'm gonna speak on this, and he's probably not gonna watch this, but even if he does, you know, I don't care. But there's a thing where there's this thing called Gold Toes Distribution, and essentially they're a website that you can distribute your music through that anybody can get onto, but this website happens to have a distribution deal with Empire. So when people sign up to distribute their music through this website, they have this delusion that they are signed to Empire. So it's like if DistroKid had a distribution deal with UMG.
Yeah.
And that's what that person's affiliated with.
Right.
Plus his music's extremely okay. And I'm like one of his only supporters, and I'm like one of the only people that actually posts about his music. And but yeah, I did like the podcast episode I did with him. It was pretty good.
Let me ask you, when we do this podcast right now, are the audios recorded separately?
Yeah, I don't record through Zoom. I don't do that. I just choose not to. I use an alternative screen recorder, and your audio is plugged into. It comes up as the audio that appears on the desktop. So anything that, like, if I accidentally played a YouTube video, that would come up on the audio thing, right? But then also there is this is plugged into my computer, which is plugged into the recorder, which records my microphone. So it picks up my microphone and the audio coming from the desktop. My audio doesn't come through the desktop. Yours does, as well as any browser open. So I'm using open broadcasting software to screen record this, is what I'm saying.
So our audios are not separate, is what you're saying?
They are separate from the way they're being recorded, but they go straight.
They just get mine and just get yours, like
no, it doesn't work that way. It all comes into one video automatically.
So yeah, because me and Scott, we had to start this partnership, but a membership with Squadcast to record them separately. But I heard you can do it with Zoom. So I kind of want to be able to see, since you're experienced with Zoom, if you could probably look into that. How do we record? Because then maybe when I do it with you, I could try it out. And then our podcast would be through Zoom. My podcast with Fen would be with Squadcast. And I'll be able to like see which one is better. And then if anything, we'll switch to, the other one.
Okay, let's give some pro podcasting advice, okay? Now let me go off on a tangent. So what you could do is you could get a screen recording software that automatically syncs everything together with, the visual representation of all of the audio synced together. You could do that. Or you could have that recording as well. You could have the visual recording as well as every person having their own audio recorder set up already, such as Audacity. So everybody could get Audacity link the microphone to Audacity. And what you do if you record using an Audacity or something like Audacity, something better, more so, what you do is you go 1, 2, 3 and you clap. So, it syncs up the audio. That's what other people have done.
Wait, so us talking right now, I could open up a program and click record?
You could right now.
It's not going to mess with the audio card?
Nope, it won't. You could if you wanted to. But and if you were to do that, everybody would have to record it on their own using their own device. The reason I don't make people record on their own time is because a good third of the people I interview are using their phone. Not everybody uses a desktop. I ask people that I interview to use a desktop or laptop because that's automatically better quality. So yeah, it would have to be every member records on their own, and then you would use either a editing software for video or audio to sync everything together. People, most like what I would do, I would just use Premiere,
Yeah, because for me to animate, it's much easier if I have a separate audio of each side. You feel me?
Yeah. Like and that's why I don't use Zoom, because you have to like end the meeting for the video to save, and it's a bunch of complicated shit. But people that are just getting in the podcast, around recently, they just often just default use Zoom. And I've been teaching people like, hey, there's like much more practical, better ways to like record it separately. Like, plus people, anybody that does content, get something to store your files too. Like if we're on the topic of giving, technological advice or whatever the fuck, it's literally $2 a month to pay for 100 gigabytes of Google Drive storage.
Yeah, that's what I do. I pay $2 a month for 100 gigs of. I'm like, dude, you guys have an idea? Or you could straight up just get a new email and get 15 gigs for free. Any new email you got.
Yeah, I do that for a lot of other websites. Like if I'm writing a script, I just do the writer duet trial, and it gives you 3 scripts. So like I have like I have like 15 different emails, and like I just fucking writer duet is really good script writing software, because I'm about to get into I'm about to write script. I'm about to finish directing a feature film by the middle of 2022. I will be finished, but I'm going to film this fall.
What's up? I'm trying to remember what software I used to write script when I was in film school. It started with a C.
Final
Cut or
something. No, Final Cut? I mean, no, that's
No, I'm talking about a script.
No, Final, there's...
There was a software for script. Final Cut is for video.
I know, but there's like something that starts with an F or fuck, I'm tripping. Bruh, I'm tripping, bruh.
You're tripping, bruh.
Bruh.
Wow. Wow.
Bruh.
And like my mom, she brought over some Zans.
From who?
And we've just been like relaxing like all day, bro.
Who are the Zans from?
Dude, like Zans are from Xander. Like me and Yonder and Xander were just like doing Zans all day, bro.
I still haven't done the fucking identify shit. I gotta get on that.
I don't understand, like everybody I recommend this to is like, you guys don't want money.
Well, because you have to like record yourself making the song or some shit. Is that how it works?
No, you don't, bro. You just have to show the stems. You have to go and show a video of the stems, and you muting and just clicking mute and unmuting certain sounds like vocals or whatever, That's it.
But what if I'm using samples for a beat?
I've never had an issue.
All right, bet then. You know what I'm saying? All right. Bet. But yeah, like, that shit kind of caught me off guard. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, but whatever. Yeah, I'll just fucking. I'm gonna open that tab up. You know what I'm saying? I've got 3 tabs open. Father of the Year. 3. I got 3 tabs open. Father of the Year, Eric Dingus's Ethel Wolf collaborations, and Identify, bruh.
Identify, bruh. Bro, man, when you get to the Ethel Wolf and fucking Eric Dingus, you're gonna hear some beats, bruh.
I'm not gonna like automatically like ejaculate, bruh. It's gonna be fire, bruh. Right,
bruh, you're gonna trip the fuck out, bruh.
Bruh.
You're gonna fall in love, bro.
Bruh. Shit. You got like a bunch of fucking EPs coming out though, like a lot. You had like a whole list you once posted online. Do you want to speak on that? Don't you have one with Zave? Don't you have one with like I'm saying,
Yeah,
you want to speak on
these
that
are
list?
planned out. These are planned. I wanted to work. I want to do one with Zave. I have one with Cisco. That has a few tracks already. But we just need to get his verses, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these are things that we're gonna be able to knock out in a few days. I was just busy recently, and they were busy. But right now, everything is coming together, and we're gonna knock them out. I kind of want to take a break from hip hop. Just want to make electronic music and just drop beats.
Yeah. Oh man, like I've dropped 5 electronic projects since like April, or like instrumental projects, just rap beats, but also like half of it's like just straight EDM, and it's just so much fun, bro.
It's fun because you're getting content out quick, and it's just like you can just drop it and boom. I don't know, man. Sometimes I wish I wasn't a rapper. Like I wanna, I hear the shit and I want to hear my voice on it. I want to be able to rap on it, but at the same time, it's a curse because it's like I have to write an essay that has to rhyme. I have to spit it in the mic.
You're the rap.
It has to be perfect. I have to mix and master it. If the shit blows up, I have to present it to an audience every day, on the road, all year. It's like I don't know, man. That shit is exhausting. Being a rapper is exhausting. Producing is like easy. You just it's like building a puzzle.
It's like playing Legos.
Yeah. The Legos and puzzles of sound. You're just putting shit together that sounds good. When you make raps, you have to like think from scratch. You have to straight up start from zero on how to. Like,
That's what people don't get about like producing or making fucking beats. You don't. I get good grades and shit, but I'm like, I got a fucking C in music theory. You know, and I'm pretty proud of my shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like I got a C in music theory, but I don't care. I don't need to know the scales. I just put the dot there and it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I picked the right
I don't know
synth.
shit. I just click buttons. I move sounds until it sounds good. You feel me? There's patterns and formulas. Once after you learn how to do the shit once, you realize that all the beats have a certain type of pattern to it, formula to making it. So it's just like, dude, I don't know none of that shit. And like sometimes it kind of fucks me up. Like I'll have a bass that's in the wrong key or something, and later when I figured that out, I was like, damn, I gotta go back and fix that.
Yeah, like there's fucking, yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary shit that people think you gotta get. Like you don't have to go to school for music. Like you know what I mean? Like should you should you study it? Should you look at tutorials on YouTube? Yes, you know, you got to learn how to, you know, arrange patterns on FL, but like,
don't get me wrong. When I was a kid, I was in the drum line and I was in the band and I played a little bit of trombone, but I don't know anything about trombone today. And the last time I played trombone, I was 10. So it's like, I don't remember none of that. And so if you want to say I had any pre-knowledge to making beats, I definitely had some with the drums. You know, you definitely get a little thing of cadence.
Yeah, I played clarinet, you know.
Clarinet?
Yep.
See that right there? When was that?
I was 12.
How old are you now? You're 18?
I'm 17. I turned 18 in September 17th.
True. So you have some music knowledge.
Yeah, and I did take piano lessons.
Yeah, but even like nowadays they even have like they'll have like a MIDI pack for like chords.
That shit's no.
It's crazy. But that shit like I use that shit every now and then. That shit helps a lot. Like when you got nothing, it's like sampling. It's exactly like sampling.
Yeah. All right.
Except you have more control. You feel me? It's exactly like sampling.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, back on sampling though.
You can change the sound. You can change it to any sound you want, and you can change up the melody anytime you want. So it's like you already have a huge like advantage nowadays if you want to start making beats.
And there's certain drum kits that like that's all you need. Like I found a to Z funk drum kit that has like 1,500 funk samples, but what it does is it arranges the actual vocal samples, but it takes off the vocals and gives you the melody itself. So what you can do is there's an index of, a numbering index that explains to you which one the vocals were on and then which one the sample was that was behind the vocals was. So it separates everything, but it's all for funk. There's so much, I'm like, just Reddit, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like Reddit, bro. Reddit, bro. Don't never make a Reddit account because that shit's cancer. Like that shit fucks you up.
Reddit, bro.
Like don't get in an argument on Reddit. You'll like.
Reddit's canceled?
No, I just hate Reddit. Like I just fucking with a passion. Anyways,
I never liked the. I don't know. It just wasn't. Doesn't look you. It's like a bootleg forum. Were you ever in the forums?
I'd rather do 4chan than Reddit because 4chan people are funny as fuck. Like they're ultra red pilled Sigma male based.
Nah, but for real, 4chan is like the wild wild west of like the internet.
Yeah, but that's why I love it though. Like Reddit is like the diet, not interesting version of 4chan that like people think is as bad as 4chan, but it's really not. Like everything gets deleted on there. Like if you say like something, a bit wild. But like, what I love about the 4chan people is like and 8chan people as well. I did a podcast with like
8chan.
What?
There's 8chan?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. There's 8chan, bro.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
8?
But so like I did a podcast with like these people that would like sell like weird shirts. Like the shirts would say like, I need to suck mad titties, bro. Like that's what the shirt would say. And it would be like an emoji that would be like a shock face emoji. Or they would sell a shirt that says like, I'm a paranoid schizophrenic with a loaded AR-15 in my car. Like that's the type of shit that they would like, sell and shit. And it's just like this internet following.
That's crazy.
It's called MK Ultra Boost. Shouts out to him or them or that group of people. And I was in their subreddit. It was wild, bro. Like people would just pop in like in the middle of me interviewing this bull, and I'll be like, and he would be like, I gotta get some fucking milk for my mom, bro. Fuck. Then they would just leave. Like that's like peak content though, because I was just recording like an hour and a half of like fucking Discord conversations with people randomly popping in and out. And like it was like I'm saying, like a lot of people like hate those type of people because like they affiliate them with a party, you know what I mean, or like a fucking set of political views. But I don't care. Like people can say anti-vaccine shit if they want, you know what I mean. Like there is sketchy shit that I think people should look into when it comes to like current events. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you like there's a certain shit I think people shouldn't be fucking banned of saying. I don't know, but what else? You
talking about censoring for anti-vaccine shit?
Yeah, but also like other shit, like fucking Hunter Biden shit, fucking 9/11 shit, JFK shit, Epstein shit, John McAfee shit, like all that shit, man. Like I hate these. There's a lot of fancy words in the mainstream, like entertainment biz. They use the term like fucking conspiracy theory. They use like all this shit. I hate it. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to advocate against mainstream perception of alternative history or alternative theories when it comes to history. And I don't know. Do you get what I mean?
You're talking about like when they just call you a conspiracy theorist?
Yeah, man. That's really straight to the point. But yeah, man.
Conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, like that shit. You know how much that pissed me off when people just
conspiracy theorist. Like they really make that shit bad. Like you're scum, bro. How could you not believe the government? Aren't you American?
But like, I went up to someone around the time of the election, which was like, the anxiety was in the air. If you were in America around the time of like this November, the anxiety was in the air, bro. And I was going to some like theater thing, just, you know, hanging out with some theater people. And I was like, even though people probably shouldn't vote for Kanye, that shit's funny and I support him. And they got so mad. These like fucking theater posting every day about like social advocacy people. They got so mad. They're like, how could you support him? How could you support Kanye West in the election? But I was like, yeah, like I think people should probably vote for like, you know, Biden or whatever. But like I support Kanye too. I support a lot of people too. You know what I mean? I support the fucking Libertarian Party too. You know what I mean? I support everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they're like so pissed that I wasn't set. And they're also like, they're so like...
That's the issue nowadays is people get mad at you for having your own opinion. It's like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking... This shit be wild, bro. Like, and what else?
That's why they say you can't talk like politics and religion with people, like, because then you find out someone would rather vote Kanye than fucking Joe Biden, which is like, I don't care. I have no problem with you wanting Kanye over Joe Biden, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, you feel me? We've had Trump. Let's get The Rock in there. That's all I'm saying. Like, let him lay the smack down, and then we will have a true leader.
Let's get Ted Kaczynski in there, you know?
Did you watch Young Rock?
Nah.
It's the story of The Rock growing up. It's a great show, bro. And like, he's smart because he like, it's told in a perception of him running for the election, and it's like him telling stories of his childhood. Like, it's always flashbacks. Like, he starts off with...
So he's running.
Yeah, in the show, he's running for president, and it's like people they're at the reporters talking to him, and he's like telling the story about his child. No, this reminds me of my childhood, man. You know, me and Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, we used to walk around and like, and then boom, it'll just go back to the past, and that's the story. That's the show. Like, it shows him when he's a kid, when he's in high school, and when he's like in college, you know, like in football, like the Miami Hurricanes and shit.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool show, bro. It's great. But it's funny because he's like slightly throwing it in there like, yo, I could be president, I'm telling you. You feel me? Because this shit actually, if you look at him the way he is in this show, he's like kind of Obama-like, you feel me? Like he carries himself way more in a president than like a Trump. Like if Trump could be president, then The Rock would be way better.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man!
Like, watch this show and you'll believe it. For anyone that's doubting, I bet people are laughing right now. Like, this man really said The Rock would be better than Trump, bro. Watch Young Rock and you're gonna see what I'm talking about.
I'll look into it. What streaming service is it on?
That is on Peacock.
All right, shouts out to you though. You know what I'm saying? Like Peacock's the wave, Tubi's the wave, fucking.
Peacock got the WWE network wrestling, and they don't have Peacock out here in Brazil, so it's like they killed WWE network in Brazil pretty much.
Yeah. Peacock's the wave. Tubi TV is the wave. X Videos is the wave.
Pornhead.
XNXX is the wave. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, bro, like I just be looking at movies for free. I'm like that. I'm a fucking penny pincher, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being straight up. I watched recently the Italian film Molina. Are you familiar with that film?
No.
Monica Bellucci. Man, this is gonna sound like a shitty movie, but it's essentially she's the hottest girl in town, and everybody like looks at her, and her husband is away for World War II, and it's set in an Italian town. And it's told through the perspective of this 12-year-old boy as he comes of age.
Wait. How old is this movie?
Probably like early 2000s.
I saw a movie that was an Italian movie, and it was a woman's name, and it was some shit like this.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Almost certain that it is.
Yeah, and he's like looking through a window.
It was a long time ago that I watched it, but go ahead.
What's
it about?
It's pretty good flick, but I'm trying to make a video about like what's the point of the movie besides she's hot and her husband's away, and then when her husband comes back, Nobody cares about her anymore. Spoiler alert. But like I don't know, man. Like I'm gonna do a video analysis on that. But I want to talk about something that we were talking about in the DMs. So there's a new magazine that's gonna be coming out soon. It's called Come Magazine. I'll be
What? Come
Magazine. It's just a new magazine.
Calm?
Yes.
Like remain calm?
CUM.
Oh. Come magazine.
Yeah, so it's a new magazine. It's gonna be physical only, made by Big Flame of one team and another gentleman. And I submitted some articles. They like my articles.
Big Flame?
Yeah.
BIC?
Yeah.
I think I know this guy.
Yeah, he's a fan of you. I interviewed him. He's got a pretty big following. He's a fan of you. I would say that.
Yeah.
But
His name is very familiar. I smoke so much, bro. I'm bad with names.
yeah, he's a part of one team with Joey and other people, and he contributes to MDE, the comedy group created by Sam Hyde, the comedian Sam Hyde, infamous for the 2070 paradigm shift among the Adult Swim TV show World Peace. He contributes a lot to his newer content, as well on his podcast with Nick Rochefort, and among other people that he's collaborated with. And he's starting a magazine, and I'll be writing an article about the popularization of the vamp aesthetic in hip hop. Now I want to talk about that. Where do you think that came from? The vamp aesthetic in hip hop? Because what a lot of people think nowadays is that Playboi Carti is the popularization, is the newer starter of the popularization of the vamp aesthetic, and he did that through a whole lot of red. But what's your perception of the history of the vamp aesthetic in hip hop?
As far as like vampires, I believe there was some stuff like on like the Blade soundtrack where it came from, but really in this underground where we're in right now, the niche that we're in, or niche, I'm pretty sure it was Lil Tracy, the Vampire in the Moonlight EP. And that was produced by 90s Bambino. He was part of the schema at one point. He's a Brazilian too. Shout out to him.
Yeah, that's what's up. What do you think? Where do you think Space Ghost Perp plays a role in that?
I mean, Space Ghost later, like years later, he became a fan of Tracy, and then they were gonna work on some shit, and then all of a sudden he changed his name to Vamp Money or something. Space Ghost, I don't know, man, I don't fuck with him like that. You feel me? He had everything in his hands, and he just kind of shot himself in the foot. Just kept trying everybody, trying all his fans, trying me. So it was just like, fuck him.
I heard from a very popular Florida rapper who grew up with XXXTentacion, Nora Spouse. He's made tracks with Ski Mask. He's made tracks with X. Grew up with him. He's recorded songs with X in the school, like, fucking laptop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how old he's known X, and that's how long he's been in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard from people around that circle of people, because I know I am affiliated with people in there in terms of creating content and journalism in that field. I'm not going to say who, but not Nora himself. I don't really talk to Nora that much. And I asked them, like, what do you guys think of Space Ghost, or what's your experiences with him? And they told me he's just another Miami crackhead who happened to be really good at music. Space Ghost Perp, I would interview you, and I would give you
a description.
Yeah, but I would totally interview Space Ghost Perp, and I would totally work on him with music, and I'd really like to work on him with music. But that's a funny way of describing Space Ghost Perp, and I enjoy that description. Could be wrong, could be right, but who knows? I'm just throwing that out there. But shit. What do you think the Drain Gang has in? What do you think? Are they relevant to the vamp aesthetic at all?
Drain Gang?
Yeah, like Blade or Thigh Boy or what they got going on. I think they pretty influential with that. Young Lean too.
Yeah, man. Uh, Young Lean especially, but I don't know. I haven't really listened to the other guy like Ty Boy and them. They're just like I would see them as features.
Yeah, I fuck with him and Echo, but I honestly rank top three of that realm of people. Be Lean, Blade, and Ty Boy, but a lot of people really like Echo 2K. I think I got to get more into him to form an opinion on him. But Echo 2K is pretty good. But what I love
Yeah,
about
I haven't really dug too deep. I just listened to. I haven't really dug too deep into Young Lean either. It was more like his first his projects that he got big on. You feel me? His first 2, 3 projects. Like I definitely, but I haven't really dug deep into him working with his boys. You feel me? His features on their albums and listening to their stuff. Because it's like at the same, you have to understand that at the same time they were around, we were around. You know, like I was around dropping projects and stuff. So it was like I wasn't sitting around waiting for the next project. I was working on my own. So every now and then I get a chance to listen to some new stuff, and that's where I'll check on what people are talking about and stuff. I'll listen to Young Lean, but then I don't know. When it came down to it, I couldn't really dig deep into everybody's stuff, or else have no time to work on my own.
But I fuck with that, and I fuck with your work ethic, I fuck with your music, and I fuck with this episode of HASSDISCUSSES. Thank you for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah, bro. Oh yeah, this was a good time, bro. I had a fun time.
Stay on after I'm done rapping, doing my thing. I'd like to talk to you about some shit. And thank you for coming on the show. Link in the description to your new project, and see ya.
Peace.